Hello again. I was watching a video the other day from 3x3 Custom Tamar, and she was doing a portable workbench. And I, for years, worked from site to site, and I wish I had a portable workbench with me for all that time. So, watched her video, and that kind of ignited a curiosity in me. And I got out and well, I watched a bunch of videos. This is what I ended up with. So this is my portable workbench. As you can see, I've got two drawers on the end. It's heavy duty, 2x6 construction, 3 deep, big drawer on the front for loose things, a whole bunch of clamps on the end, a cheap vise, Moxon should be improved. And then on the other side, I've got just a little kind of a layout for miscellaneous squares, triangles, etc. Okay, so one other thing that makes this vise, or one of the things, because I'm not doing precision carpentry per se, you notice there's no dog holes. There's only the odd board has been removed. And this I got from the metal workers, the iron workers. Their tables always have big empty spaces, and they do that specifically to leave room for clamps. In this situation, as you can see in this situation, I can clamp many different locations. So I really never have a problem with clamping anything I want onto the table. If I'm working with sheet goods, I always have rollers on the side to support. This is a 4-foot by 2-foot layout. Okay, if I need to reference an edge, I take a 1x4, 1x6, put it on the edge here, jam everything up flush with it. I've got a referenced edge. That kind of takes care of, from what I can see and what I did, and I played with it. I'll show you a bunch of pictures if you want at the end of the video of what I originally played with. And I did a bunch of prototypes again with bench dogs. And bench dogs, to me, because of what I do, are really not used or necessary. That would be a better way to say that. Really not necessary. If you were welding, if you're doing precision work, if you were fixturing is really a form of fixturing. And bench dog clamps, I played with those. I can show you some of those pictures too. I played with the whole shebang. This simple accessibility, these are 1/4-inch, not rib nuts, screw nuts. I could take a 1/4-inch bolt. That's just an easy hole. Screw it in, glue it in, and I can take these boards out and put them back easily. Actually, I have my spare boards up against the wall here. They can go back on the table anytime and make it whole. If I want to go a glue up, I've got 2 long clamps. These ones don't really work down below because of this access point gets jammed up to release. It can, however, be used on top of anything I need to glue up. Okay? So that's my long widthwise glue up. If I need to bring something and pull it up to the side, I've got these pipe clamps. Beautiful, strong, cheap to buy, built. You can't go wrong with them. Because they have this nice little lip on the bottom, they reference the side quite thoroughly and nicely. You could have them inside the recesses or on top of the boards themselves. The recesses are really there when I'm cutting. This gives me, I'm not going to be cutting into my tabletop all the time. I've got these nice recesses wherever I want them. Set my board up, my lumber up to do the cuts, so my blade is not going to be wrecking my nice little tabletop. I also have, so there, that's the big part of it. Removable slats for ease of clamping. Riv nuts to put them on, or not riv nuts, but 1/4-inch screw holes to put bolts in. Easy access to add the things back. By using simple little additions, I can reference the end, I can reference the sides, and clamp accordingly. One second. Now, as you can see, I made up a bunch of bench cookies. The original idea I thought was good. They actually turn out to me for what I do to be actually quite useless. So much work just setting them up. Really all I'm doing is lifting whatever I'm working up on off the tabletop a little bit. Maybe for painting they might be more useful. For everyday work though, they're quite a waste of time. These will be thrown out. Anything I need to cut or access, a piece of foam, 2 foot by 4 foot, covering the top would be a much more simple solution. I have to fiddle fart with these guys just to get them in the right spots for cuts. So for cutting, they're just not of any use at all. For painting, quite possibly, I can use scraps of wood for painting. To go to all the trouble and effort to make up bench cookies, I found no use for them. Maybe you have a use for them, myself, no. Other thing, like you say, dog holes, dog clamps. You could definitely do dog holes, dog clamps. They might provide you with what you need in your given work situation. I might even go ahead and do that just because. As for how often I'll ever use them, very rarely, I would guess. I don't need to, how would you say, fixture my work that well or that often. If I was doing production, that might be more applicable. So, in summary, go watch some videos. There's Rex Kruger. He does a lot of traditional workbenches. Beautiful stuff. 3x3 custom Tamar. Her little portable workbench, excellent. Amy, Fireball Tools for welding and fixturing. He takes it to a whole new level, and I think he's done some genius work. He looks at very much from a user perspective, what works for him. What would I do differently? What are the flaws? And everything has flaws. Everything has trade-offs or mistakes or things you missed the first time around. I would have a 2 or 3 inch hangover, one more point for easy clamping, all the way around. Not the ends, I guess, but the front and the back, absolutely. 2 or 3 inches of hangover. That lip gives you one more access point for clamping, for adjusting, that sort of thing. I've seen some workbenches where the center, say a foot square, and they'll have drop-in router tables, other things, grinding stations, sander stations, that drop into a 12 inch by 12 inch cutout in the center. I definitely want to do that next time around, or play with the idea of having tool positioning in the center of the bench. This bench is way overkill with the 2x6. I would definitely do lighter next time. Try and go a lot lighter. This is not portable. This by itself is not portable. Put a 2x4 frame around the edge. Now I have a portable work surface that can do many different things for me. Okay, 1 second. This is of course, everybody says, well, dog holes, slats. No, I can't work on it as far as anything that rolls or might get lost. So here I have just a 1/8 inch sheet of melamine white. It slides over top. I could put foam, or I could put little dowels in the corners, magnets. I tried originally with magnets in the corners and magnets in here, just to hold it in place. So now if I want a flat, easy to work on surface where I can see what I'm doing, this provides that option. This is for woodworking. This is for doing other things where I can't have things rolling around and getting lost and falling in, right? Simple, easy solution. Portable, like I say, 2x4 frame underneath. You could do a 2x3, you could do a 1x4, whatever works for you as far as stability and quality. I'll show you maybe one of those in a picture of what I've built. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. Thank you. Last addition to the previous video on portable workbenches. This is my other 2 foot by 4 foot portable workbench. You can see it's just 2x4 framing, 3/4 inch ply on top. Every other slot is removable for access. This is way too heavy. I would like to try a poke style box frame underneath. Be nice to have that gap at 10 or 12 inches for tools and miscellaneous, using the box frame system that he uses. And use 1/2 inch ply. It'd be a lot lighter, a lot easier to toss around. This is nice, it works, does the job, but it is not light. 2x4, it'll sit on a dolly, wheel it into a work site, set it up on top of a work stool, work boxes, have yourself a couple A-frames to stick under it. Multiple ways you could support the ends. And there you go, nice little portable workbench. And God, I wish I had one of these for years, going from site to site. Lighter than this though, I would definitely look at box frame style portable workbenches, aka Polk style workbenches. There you go. That's my version of a portable workbench.